Yo, what's up, guys? Wednesday, was it Wednesday, April 17th? Quick update from yesterday. It is late today. Today's been absolutely bonkers. Like I said, we got our first two contracts. We have a third contract out. It's a divorce situation. There's back and forth with husband and wives that don't speak and attorneys and all that. But we're confident this one's going through. That will change our KPIs. So let's get into our KPIs. So far, we have spent now $8,425. That has generated 72 leads. Our cost per lead average $117. Remember, I'm not as concerned with that anymore. I'm more concerned with our cost per contract and are we profitable? So what is our average profit? Obviously now we've spent more money, but we haven't got another contract, so our numbers are going to fluctuate. So that brings our cost per contract up to $4,213. Our profit per deal doesn't change. We still have the two deals. We're still conservative on that at $41,500 per deal. And our ROI on that is still 9.85%. So we're still rocking and rolling. I'm not really concerned. Let's just see if that next contract were to get signed tonight, what that does to things. That brings, that brings our cost per contract down to $2,808. Let's just say I were to, generally we shoot for 40,000. So let's just say I bump things up to, I'll have to call him back. 120,000. Let's see what that does. 120. Our profit, our ROI now goes up to 14x. Freaking loving that. We're killing it. So we're gonna figure out how we can spend more money. Today's topic is how the hell can I flip properties virtually? Which is what we're doing. I live in New York and we are in a market thousands of miles away from me. So how can we successfully and consistently flip properties that I've never actually set foot on? First off, why do I love flipping properties I've never set foot on? I have zero emotion involved in this, guys. This is straight math. We have a calculator that spits out numbers. I care about, do the numbers make sense? Huge benefit, right? As a new investor, it's easy to get emotionally attached to your project, which now what happens is you think you're on an HD TV show and you tend to over renovate. And that's where you run into problems, right? Your budgets go over, your time frames go over. You're trying to, spit out this product that like, you're thinking like, oh, I want to live here. It's not about that. There's a color that I only recently found out about now that we're flipping called Agreeable Gray. What an amazing name for a paint color. But I look at every house that we do as an agreeable gray. That's it. It's economies of scale. It's like, hey, in this neighborhood, our countertop is this, our paint skew is this, our flooring is this. It's, rinse and repeat. It's the same model. We know what the market wants. And that's what we give them. We don't try and guess. We don't try and get fancy. We just spit out what they want at a price that they want. On to the next one. Rinse and repeat. Now, how can I do this without actually seeing the property, right? Number one skill set, and this is going to be if you're new or you're experienced, get really good at underwriting. Get really good at comping first and then underwriting, two totally separate skill sets. Comping is putting a value on the property as is, and then what we call an ARV, after a repair value. So after you fix it up, what can you sell it for on the open market? And then have some sort of calculator that lets you tell you if you're going to be profitable or not. So you're going to need a couple numbers. You're going to need, what is my ARV? Get good at comping. You're going to need your repair estimate. So we have numbers that we generalize on that, but really what matters is how quick can, and this is part of my SOP, right? When we get something in contract, remember we had these in contract 2 days ago. Now mind you, this is a brand new market. So yesterday I was on the phones a lot because I have no relationships in this market. So I had to, encoding overloaded, I don't know what that means. I had to find realtors and contractors from scratch. One of my tricks, I will find a realtor that already has a good contractor relationship. Why? I like that they have already worked with each other. That takes a lot of headache off my plate. I like that they feel like they can trust each other. But it's more about quick communication and things happening quickly. So that's part of my filter on how I choose who I'm going to work with. But anyway, we just got these properties locked up. We already had our realtors and contractors on site today. I already have narrated video walkthroughs, and I've already jumped on calls with the contractors and the realtors. Now, what are they doing? Are they actually telling us if we made a good decision or not? No, that's our job, right? That's what our calculator spits out. That's the analysis we do. All they're doing is really confirming, are we correct? And do we want to actually move forward? So what does my team look like? My team, essentially my boots on the ground team that I find when I'm in a virtual market is my realtor, my contractor, and then a building inspector. Building inspector is another big one. What do I care about from any of them though? I care about, is there something that I missed? Now, I have to assume that the seller always lied about condition. I've been doing this long enough that you guys will also see, if you've been doing this a while, sellers always lie about condition. We expect that and we kind of price it into where we have to buy at. We're extremely transparent when we're going through the numbers with the seller. We say, this is where we have to buy it. Here's why. Let's walk through it. Because if we have to do it, our competition is going to have to do it anyway. It doesn't matter. I'd rather have that real conversation, have that full transparency and be totally honest and see if this works or not. Sorry, just getting text. But what do we care about? Let's run through the quick repair estimator. I'm looking at what is my ARV, what are my repairs, what is, then I'm backing out a purchase price, and then I'm looking at what are my costs to actually do the project. This is a fun one. We'll touch on this on another episode about real profits versus perceived. A lot of people like to wave their checks around. I guarantee anyone waving their check around is not making as much as you think they are. Tell them what do we say? Show us your HUDs. HUDs don't lie. That shows all the numbers. But what are we doing? So I have a cost of capital. I don't just have hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars lying in the bank to put into projects. We use private lenders on all of our projects. We have lines of credit. We have hard money lenders lined up. I have different costs of capital depending on who's liquid at the time and what we're using on a project. Some charge points, some don't. So we're strategic kind of around who we put into what project, largely based on their liquidity. But luckily we build really good relationships with, a couple kind of like tier A lenders. There are preferred lenders that we try and cycle their capital as quickly as possible just because they're easy to work with. Sometimes it makes sense to pay a little bit more for a lender who's easy to work with. Remember that. I like seamless. I like clean and easy. I don't want to add any drama to my plate. I don't need to. But I have to look at what is my cost of capital, what are my holding costs. So holding costs, I'm going to have to get insurance on it. If there's any kind of taxes, any kind of condo fees, I'm going to have to turn on utilities to get the reno done. There's my holding costs. Then I have my buying transaction costs and my selling transaction costs. On the buy side, not that much. Attorney fees, title insurance, all that kind of stuff. On the selling side, basically the same, only now I have a realtor commission. We pay our realtors their full 6%. They're providing a service. I want them to make money. I want to do business with them again and again and again. I want them to bring me opportunity. When they get off market things that they maybe can't list, I want them to send it to me before they send it to their other buyers. So that's just the cost of doing business. That goes into our calculation. I'm personally looking for a 40,000, in the median price points that we play at, or a 12% ROI. Obviously, as you go into higher price points, that 12% is going to be really difficult to get. So your numbers will change a little bit, but how do I flip properties I've never set foot in? I rely on this calculator. I rely on an amazing local team, my contractor, my realtor, my building inspector. There's no emotion in this, guys. It's you plug the numbers and they say yes or no. That's pretty much it. Don't over renovate. Huge risk there. Don't go for the HGTV. Give the market what they want. Rely on your realtor, rely on your contractor to tell you what that is. And have fun with this, guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you are following along, give me any comments or questions in the chat there, and be sure to cover it on another episode. Happy Wednesday. Later, guys.